G'day everyone, Gareth here from Organic Growing Melbourne. I'm going to do a planting video today, inspired by George. He's gone and purchased some Yacons from Dailies. It's his first time growing. And this is my second season growing Yacon, and I bought four Yacons. There's your label right there. I bought four and harvested last winter and ended up I separated all the rhizome. I'll actually show you one so you can see what it is. So these were all joined together into big clump, as big as my hand. So each sort of separate piece like this is potentially a new plant. You can see the new growth, if I can get it focused. You can see the new growth just coming out of this one now. It's a bit behind compared to the other ones. But this is what we're going to be planting today. I'll put this back in here just while I get ready. But you can see some of these ones here are just coming through now. Some have actually come up a fair bit. This one's got several coming up in this one. This one's just starting to break open as well. So a Yacon. Right, so they're a tuber plant. So a perennial plant, and all you do is separate your rhizomes to replant them every year, and they multiply, so you can just create more and more every year. Now last year, when I harvested these, first of all, they were planted late in the season, and the Yacons didn't get to their biggest, and I don't think they probably even got to their sweetest, because you can eat these raw, sometimes even with the skin, but if you don't, you can peel the skin off, and it's just this really juicy, sweet, not overly sweet. It's crossed between a cucumber, pear. It's really hard to describe the flavour. The kids enjoyed it, but my favourite way was roast them like pumpkin. It's got a lot of sugar in it, so when you roast it, it caramelizes like you would when you roast a pumpkin. And I put some seasoning on it when I roasted it, and oh my god, it was delicious. It was like buttery soft with that caramel crisp to it. So if you're going to eat these, I would recommend roasting them like you would a pumpkin. I just put them into little cubes, yay big, and roasted them up, and they were delicious. Out of the four plants, I didn't get much Yacon, so hopefully this year we'll get some really big ones, and start roasting them up with the roast meals we have. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these up. I'm going to show you where I'm going to plant these. All right, so last season I actually grew them beside the chicken coop there before all this was constructed. In fact, I pulled them out when I started constructing it. But this year I'm going to put them up here. So this will get all morning and afternoon sun, and I'm hoping they'll do really well here. What I'm going to do, I'll put three of these boxes in here, and then I'm going to put some mulch in here. So this is the stuff I purchased from the tip. I don't think it's going to be enough to quite fill it, and then I'm going to put some arborist mulch on the top of that as well, and then we'll plant them in here. I'll get about 4 or 5 Yacon plants in here. They're going to be overcrowded, but we'll see how they go. Because the Yacons, when they grow, it starts pushing because the tubers get so big, they'll start lifting the soil up. You can get some whoppers. I'm looking forward to it again this year. They're related to the sunflower, so you actually get a little beautiful yellow flower on the top of them as well. All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to start filling these in, getting it mulched up, and we'll get these planted. fibrous mulch. We're going to put on top of that. Put randomly in places and we'll see how they go. Right, you definitely don't want to be planting a Yacon, underneath, trees, because when you dig out their tubers, you just damage all their roots. So you're best off having a separate garden bed. Even if you were to create a garden bed like here, obviously with none of these plants in, that'd be a beautiful area on a mound to plant Yacon. All day sun, just like sunflower. The best position is just all day sun. That will be almost all day. So the sun will go, as you can see it's up there now, and it will go over behind those trees there, and then later on in the season it sort of heads over that way. Alright, so we'll go get some of these bigger plants and I'll just show you how I pot these up. I'll grab these two bigger ones because there's a few coming out of this. We'll start off with this one here. So all I'll do is just clear a little area here until I get to that mulch that I put in, which is here. Most of this dirt's going to come out anyway, as you can see. Shake this out a bit. Put some of this soil back in here. Get that mulch. We'll see how that one goes. Maybe I didn't do that one deep enough, but we'll just do another one here. Like that. I've got all the dirt from the pot in this one. Hoping they'll work down into the ground below as well. Just here. This one I'll just leave a big dent in the ground here. These will need a really good watering as well. And then the lucky last one. Really good watering. Alright, I'll come back when I've planted everything in.
And can I?
Alright, so I've watered these in a fair bit. I'll let this settle and I'll water it again later on in about in a couple of hours. And we'll keep tabs on these as they grow. They'll grow to about 1.5 meters, maybe 2 meters. Can't quite remember. Roughly that anyway. And again with that beautiful yellow flower on top, like a sunflower, being related to the sunflower. And when it comes, so these will be ready in winter. So these will die back. They'll flower, die back, and then they'll just look like canes. And that's the best time to harvest. And then you dig up the rhizome. You can divide them if you want to multiply and get larger crops, or you can just plant the whole thing in and you'll just get multiple canes coming up. But these obviously divided. Some are very small. But we'll see how these go. I'll do an update in about a month maybe 2 months. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. Take care, bye.